My name is Miguel Tenorio, and this is my geometry class. First off, a little bit about me. Your child schedule might say Echeverria for my last name. Long story short, my birth certificate had the middle name and last name switched, but I'm actually Tenorio. So the kids call me Mr. T sometimes. So if you hear that, that's who I am. Just a couple things about me. I love to play the guitar. I love doing archery, video games, cooking, and I'm kind of a tech savvy kind of guy. I've been teaching for 6 years now. This is my fifth year at West Ranch High School. I loved California Lutheran University so much that I got my bachelor's, my teaching credential, and I got my master's degree. We'll see if I go for the PhD. Who knows? Couple things that I like. I love the movie Scott Pilgrim versus the World. TV shows, Parks and Rec, Brooklyn Nine-Nine, any good comedy. Rock and roll is definitely a go-to. Jazz, video game music. I'll listen to anything about once, but those are kind of the things that I really love to listen to. Any kind of tea, but my two top teas are green tea and any peach flavored tea. And I will say that any cookies and cream type of dessert, you got me. And of course, I love good Mexican home cooked food. Currently, I'm playing Ghost of Tsushima. It's a really awesome video game. I'm watching several different animes, and right now I'm working on Full Metal Alchemist. Anything that I find online that I'm like, ooh, I want to try that. That's usually what I end up doing. And of course, I'm reading different books on how to be a better distance learning or distance instructor. And trying to figure out what's going to be successful in the class. This is the schedule, and it will change a bit, but it's basically the same layout. The idea that Wednesdays, we have all our classes. Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Fridays are the different periods, and of course, they're separated by the cohort. This class is actually a flipped class, so what that means is that your homework, the student's homework, is to actually watch the video lessons and take notes. Because then the next day when we meet up, they get to ask their questions. We get to work on different exercises, different practice problems. Usually the stuff that you would go home and do the homework for, but you wouldn't have your teacher there. So we think that, this would be a great way to really help the students thrive, especially with the distance learning. The way the grade breakdown is going to go, assignments are worth 30% of the grade. So anything we do in class, that's what is going to make up a small portion of their grade. The Ed Puzzle lessons are worth 10% of their grade. And it is important that they're not just watching the videos, but they're really taking notes on any formulas, any definitions, properties, stuff that, is going to be really important, especially to study up. And of course, last but not least, 60% of their grade are on assessments. Now, because we don't know if we will have a final, what I decided was that if we do end up having a final exam, it will be worth 2 test scores instead of just, saying, hey, it's 20% of your grade. That puts less stress on the student. And it's also nice because then, it's a nice calculated way to figure out what you need to do to improve your scores. And of course, just making sure that the students are responsible for staying on top of their assignments, making sure they're watching the notes ahead of time, making sure they're taking notes and writing down questions they have so that they can ask me and I can answer their questions. Now, in terms of supplies for the class, obviously they're online, so they're going to have access to a computer. They are allowed a calculator. They should have a writing utensil of a sort with paper. Now, they don't have to print the assignments every time. I've designed it so that basically they could copy down the questions. And for the most part, the diagrams aren't anything too complicated. But the cell phone and scanner part is really important because we obviously need evidence that they're doing this stuff. And, I'm going to grade their stuff and figure out if they're, really understanding it. So if they're having trouble accessing any of these materials, definitely let me know as soon as possible. Plagiarism and cheating, please don't do it. Please don't let your kids do it. It's definitely not, a good route to go. The consequences are never worth the result. And really, as soon as you choose to cheat, you value your grade more than your learning. And of course, so far these past few weeks, The students have been really good on their behavior, but of course, make sure you're encouraging your student to always be on their best behavior when they're online and to practice good netiquette. I'm not going to go through these bullet points, but really what I want is for there to be good communication between the students, myself, and yourself, the parents. If the students are having trouble, they should reach out to me. If they're still not getting help, they can contact you. You could reach out to me. And my goal is to make sure that your student passes this class and that they're successful. So we can really do that if we're all communicating with each other. Best way to contact me is my email. The school phone is there, but I am not teaching from school. I am teaching from home. So my email is right there. We do have office hours Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday from 1:30 to 3:30. It's actually 1:40, right? Because that's the end of our lunchtime. During school hours, just email me. Make sure the title and the header, really describe what the problem is. Attach any images of any problems that the student may have, or let me know specifically what the tech problems are. After school, the students can reach me by Google Chat. I'm going to have that fully set up by next week. But an email I'm probably not going to see just because my inbox is swamped. So, yeah. After 9 o'clock, don't expect a response from me. I've had plenty of screen time, so I need to rest my eyes a bit. And, just thank you so much. Let me know if there's anything that you need. Just remember that we're in this together. I'm here to help your student. And just, let me know what I can do to help out and to make sure that we find success. And have a great one.